the score could be. We're looking at, Independence. We went down basically to the last shot, so it could be one of those types of games again.
Yeah, it's. I'll be curious to see how Demias Johnson does, because there's a couple of guys for Coffeyville quite a bit taller than him. They can play up around the rim, but they're a lot thinner than Demias. Demias isn't going to have any trouble backing anybody down in the SEK.
No.
It's just a matter of whether or not he'll be able to get his shot off over these guys that are quite a bit taller, quite a bit longer. So that'll be an interesting matchup. Pretty sure Coffeyville will come out in a straight man-to-man. I think the Vikings will as well, but I think both teams will also play some zone tonight as well. As far as the starting lineups, first for Coffeyville, they will go with 6'1" senior Jameek Shobe, 6' senior Aaron Tunstall, 5'7" senior Kashawn Hayes, 5'10" senior Jake Horner, and 6'3" senior Carter Herring. So 5 seniors in the starting lineup for Coffeyville. And if you weren't with us earlier, they actually have 10 seniors on their roster. I don't even know if I've ever seen a roster
I've never
had that many seniors.
Never even heard of. I mean, that almost kind of shoots yourself in the foot going forward, because you're not developing, your sophomores and your juniors into the mix.
Yeah.
And man, if you graduate 10, next year is going to be shell shock.
Yeah, a lot of new faces for sure.
So
familiar starting 5 tonight for your hometown Parsons Vikings. 6' junior Jagger Quirin, 5'10" senior Dante Sawyer, 5'9" senior Connor Barkus, 6' senior Joe Keel, and 6'1" senior Demias Johnson. So 4 seniors and a junior in the starting lineup for the Vikings. They'll be in their home white with the blue and gold trim, and of course the Golden Tornado in their traveling black with purple and gold trim. And I think Coffeyville was anticipating a national anthem, but we actually did it before the girls' game. So instead, they'll just go right into the starting lineups over the public address. Again, if you weren't listening earlier, I have the Lancer Classic beginning next week over at Southeast High School. That's always a lot of fun. And other than some cold temperatures, Tony, it looks like the weather will actually cooperate this year. I don't see any snow or ice in the forecast. Usually some of the worst winter weather of the year happens during the Lancer Classic, but Viking boys will get started at 7 p.m. Monday night against Commerce, Oklahoma, and the Lady Vikings will have their first round matchup at 4 o'clock. They'll have the early game as they take on top-seeded Neota Shea. And who knows, Tony? Neota Shea will come in as the top seed.
Yeah.
Lady Vikings will go into that game 0-8.
You have nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. Maybe Neota Shea will be a little overconfident. We'll just have to wait and see. But first things first, have this Thursday night game. Of course, this is a makeup after snow came into the area and school was canceled last Friday.
What's crazy is a lot of that snow there's still a lot of snow on the ground.
Yeah, there's still some spots that have quite a bit. We got up to about 52 today, and it'll be even warmer tomorrow, so hopefully most of that will be melted off.
I was still shoveling sidewalks and putting ice on places that don't get any sun. And it's sticking around.
Demias Johnson announced to the crowd here at Harold C. Johnson Gymnasium. 6'1" senior had a big night down at Independence. Vikings looking to stay undefeated in league play, sitting at 3-0. Coffeyville 1-2 in the SEK. Griffin Walker, head coach for the Golden Tornado, and of course Anthony Houck, head coach for the Vikings. Starting 5 for the NATO out on the floor. Vikings still getting some final instructions from Coach Houck.
So the Vikings have played half of the SCK schools, with Pittsburgh and Chanute, the only other 2 we haven't played.
Yes, yep.
So if they can win this game, they got a shot. Never know. I doubt they were picked to to win the SEK.
You're right. Yeah, I think you're probably right. And we are ready for basketball here at Parsons High School. And Jagger Quirin out jumps the 6'3" Herring, and the Vikings will have first possession. And as expected, Coffeyville starts out in a straight man-to-man. Barkus with it, being guarded by Horner. That's a pretty good matchup. Down underneath, getting fouled right away by Herring is Demias Johnson. Vikings right away getting it down into the post to their big man. And that's what I mentioned in the pregame, just wondering what kind of matchup that would be. Herring taller and a good leaper, but
we can get
Johnson
Herring,
just so strong.
Get Herring in foul trouble. That could cause problems too.
First free throw no good by Demias. He'll have one more. Led the Vikings with 20 points Tuesday night down in Independence. His second free throw a little too strong, so 0 for 2, but an offensive board by Quirin, and then a three-pointer from the corner by Keel goes down. Joe Keel.
He was good early on Tuesday.
Yeah, if he has his feet set, he can knock it down from deep. Vikings are going to open up in a man-to-man as well. 3-0, Vikes on top early. Herring wants a three, and he got it. Yeah, and if he can knock it down from deep like that, that's going to be a tough matchup for Demias Johnson out on the perimeter. So we're tied at 3, 7:05 to go in quarter number 1. Sawyer with it, swings it over to Keel. Back to Sawyer, he thought about a three. Over to Quirin. Keel cut off on the baseline. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Barkus with it. Almost had his pocket picked, but he saves the possession. Good look underneath to Sawyer. He got fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
I wanted that basket.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that didn't go in.
I think he was just, because of the bump, I think he went a little strong, thinking it was going to be a harder bump. And, just didn't get it to go.
Jake Horner, 5'10" senior, picks up the personal, his first and the team's second. In and out for Sawyer, so the Vikings 0 for 3 from the free throw line here in the opening minutes. Sawyer trying to give the Vikings a 1-point lead, and he got it. 4-3, Vikes by 1, 6:40 to go in quarter number 1. Coffeyville into the front court. Kashawn Hayes with it. Over to Tunstall. A lot of good ball handlers, a lot of quickness as usual on these Coffeyville teams. Good look underneath to Herring, but he's cut off. Horner underneath, scores, and he's fouled.
I don't think he was fouled.
Yeah, I'm not sure who got him. They got Jagger Quirin with the personal. Coffeyville leading it now 5-4. Horner's free throw on the way is good. 6-4, 2-point lead for the Golden Tornado. Vikes quickly at the other end, going up strong and scoring, but coming down and getting hurt is Demias Johnson. And he has a brace. And that, what was it, a torn ACL?
Yes.
But
it was on yesterday.
He's going to come out briefly, but I think he's going to be okay.
The anniversary was yesterday.
Okay.
1-year anniversary.
So Demias is going to go see the trainer. Might have been his ankle. Might have turned his ankle a little bit there. I think they're going to tape it up. So 6-6. Coffeyville with the ball. Parsons still in a man-to-man. Tunstall with it on the right wing. Out to Horner. He's guarded by Quirin. Herring into the paint. Kicks it out. Free throw line jumper. No good. Nice rebound by Keel. Vikes looking to go quickly. Triple teamed, but Quirin gets out of it. Oh, look who's wide open. Three-pointer no good by Sawyer. That was a deep three. Couldn't get it to go. Rebounded by Coffeyville. 6-6, 5:27 to go. First quarter. Horner tries a long three. No good. Tunstall, probably might be the shortest guy on the floor, got the offensive rebound. Horner, I didn't think he took steps. I thought he held his pivot foot, but the official saw it differently. So it's a turnover on the Golden Tornado. 6-6 is your score. 5:15 to go in our opening quarter. Sawyer has it out top, being guarded by Tunstall. Quirin thought about a three, kicks it over to Barkus. Back to Keel. To Barkus. Plenty of time on the shot clock. But Barkus is in trouble. Now gets it to Keel. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Keel in the corner to Sawyer, and he took steps. So turnover on the Vikes. 4:47 to go in quarter number one. We're still tied at 6. Jason Smart checks into the lineup for the first time. Jagger Quirin will head to the bench. Tunstall into Horner. And the senior point guard will walk it into the front court. He'll be picked up by Smart. Vikings stay in their man-to-man defense. Tunstall on the right wing to Herring. The right wing gets around his man. Blocked from behind. Great defense by Largent. Smart with it at the top of the key. Tried to get it to Largent. It's poked away, and Herring has it. Out ahead of the pack. Knocked away, and it will stay with Coffeyville, but great hustle by Sawyer to prevent the layup. 4:18 to go in quarter number one. We are still tied at 6 points apiece. Shobe gets it in. Herring fakes the three. Now Tunstall has it. From the right wing, a three-pointer is an air ball, goes out of bounds. Jameek Shobe, 6'1" senior, left that one long. So still tied at 6 with just over 4 minutes to go in our opening quarter. Sawyer into the front court to Smart at the top of the key. Swings it over to Keel. Finds Barkus open on the left wing for a three. It's off the mark, no good, and Coffeyville's going to come down with the rebound. Coffeyville looking to run. Shobe, good look over to Tunstall from about 12. He got it to go. Tunstall gets his first basket, and Coffeyville goes up by 2, 8-6, 3:35 to go in our opening quarter. Jason Smart takes a couple of dribbles, being hounded out top. Near steal, and now a foul, I believe, on Shobe. And it will be his first and the team's third. After getting, I think, some tension on his ankle, Demias Johnson back on the floor.
That's good to
for
see.
the Vikings.
Definitely good to see.
Yeah, they need him on the floor for sure. Also, Quirin back in the lineup for the Vikings. 8-6, Coffeyville by 2, 3:23 to go in the first quarter. Sawyer with it, bounce pass to Quirin on the far side. Down to Demias, double teamed, but he scores anyway.
He's a force down there.
Yes, he is, and he talked about, you know, maybe trying to do more in the first half, and looks like he is playing with a lot of aggression here in the opening minutes. Harry gets a nice pass, and then he just throws it up and in from about 5 feet out. Herring now has 5 points, and it's a 10-8 lead for Coffeyville. 2:48 to go in the first quarter. Tough shot. It's not going to go, but a blocking foul, and Sawyer will go to the line to shoot 2. Yeah, Horner, one of the primary ball handlers for Coffeyville now with 2 fouls. Looks like he's going to head to the bench. I think Demarius Smith will replace him. Sawyer's free throw is good. Joe Keel checking in, and he will replace Largent in the Viking lineup. 10-9 is your score. Coffeyville leading by 1. And Sawyer ties it up. He's now 3 out of 4 from the free throw line here in the first quarter. He's going to head to the bench for a breather, replaced by Smart. So it's Quirin, Keel, Barkus, Smart, and Johnson on the floor for the Vikings. Now Kashawn Hayes, 5'7" senior, will take over the primary ball handling for the NATO. Oh, good look underneath, and a layup goes down. Nice ball movement, and putting it in off the glass is Thornton. who just checked in for the NATO, and they now lead at 12-10, 2:20 to go in quarter number 1. Barkus gets a screen out top. Over to Keel for a 3. Almost got the roll, left it a little bit short, rebounded by Smith of Coffeyville. Now Tunstall has it. Over to Smith. He wants a 3. Off the mark, no good. Vikings continue to rebound pretty well, particularly on the defensive end. Keel comes down with it. Still a 2-point lead for the Golden Tornado. Minute 53 to go in our opening quarter. Boy, that could have been a foul. No call. Keel finds a cutter to the basket. It's Barkus, and he scores. Nicely done. Fouled. Keel to Barkus. 12-12. Tied once again. Minute 33 to go in quarter number 1. Smith to Herring at the free throw line. He's going to go and pull it from 17. Got it. 7 points here in the first quarter for Carter Herring, the 6'3 senior. 2-point lead for Coffeyville. Barkus in a little bit of trouble. Now to Quirin. Quirin gets around his man into the paint, kicks it over to Keel for a 3 in the lead. Oh, it spins out and over the back on Demias Johnson. Boy, that was halfway down and spun out.
Dang it. That was so close.
Minute 4 to go in our opening quarter. Coffeyville leading this one 14-12. Coffeyville again 4-3 on the year. Vikings 5-2. Tunstall into Hayes. Hayes calls out the play for the Coffeyville offense. Swings it over to Smith. Now to Herring at the right elbow. And we have a foul underneath, a hole. Did they get Barkus? They did. His first. And the team's third here in the first quarter. Tunstall out top to Herring, step back 3. Off the mark, no good. The battle for the loose ball, it goes to Coffeyville. Tunstall to Smith. 38 seconds to go in the quarter. Coffeyville with the ball in the 2-point lead. Hayes took steps. Sean Hayes shuffled his feet. So the shot clock is off. 34.9 seconds to go in the quarter. So the Vikings, if they wish, can hold for the last shot. Coffeyville leading at 14-12. Barkus gets it into the front court, hands off to Keel. He's being guarded closely by Hayes. Both teams have been in a man-to-man the entire first quarter. Sawyer with it with 15 seconds. Looks like the Vikings, if they can, and want to hold for the last shot here. Oh, that was a push-off on Sawyer. And then he just lost the ball. It's a steal. Tunstall quickly at the other end gets fouled, and he's probably going to get 2 free throws. Tough break for the Vikings. Sawyer just lost his dribble. And then Sawyer committed the personal at the other end, so. 2-point lead for Coffeyville, and Tunstall going to the line for 2 free throws. 6-foot senior has 2 points. Free throw on the way, rolls in. And it seems like historically, Tony, Coffeyville, pretty good free throw shooting team.
Yeah, 2 for 2 so far.
Vikings need to box out. Either way, they're going to have 5 seconds to work with after this free throw. Tunstall's second one on the way. Got it. Vikings will have to go quickly. Here comes Barkus with 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Gets off a long 3. Got it! Got it! From about 28 feet out, Barkus drains the 3. That was a big shot for the Vikings. It'll be Coffeyville 16, Parsons 15 at the end of the first quarter. We're back in 1 minute. This is Viking basketball on V93.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
And we're back live at Parsons High School, just in time for the start of quarter number 2. Coffeyville has possession and a 1-point lead, 16-15. Long three at the end of the first quarter by Connor Barkus got the Vikings to within 1. Vikings open up in a zone here in the second quarter. We'll see how Coffeyville handles it. Oh, that's a foul on the three-pointer. It sure looked like there was a foul. I think Queer knows he got away with one. So, as expected, the shot was an air ball because it looked like a pretty egregious foul. Querin still smiling. And now the Vikings, after catching a break there, will have a chance to take the lead on this trip. Sawyer hands off to Querin. Keel. Now Largent at the free throw line. Gets a screen. Oh, and the little pick and roll. It's going to be Largent scoring off the glass. Gets his first basket, and the Vikings lead by 1, 17-16, 7:09 to go in the first half. Vikes in a 3-2 zone. Tunstall on the left wing to Herring, who had a big first quarter, can't score, and then a rebound by Demise Johnson, and going over the back, I believe, is Thornton.
That's his second foul on 2 trips.
So Thornton will head to the bench with 2 fouls, and he will be replaced by Kalen Austin, a 6'2 sophomore, one of the only non-seniors that you're going to hear about for Coffeyville. So the Vikings have the ball in a 1-point lead, 6:53 to go in the first half. Coffeyville still in a man-to-man. Sawyer hands off to Querin. Back to Sawyer from about 21, off the mark, no good, and rebounded by Josh Shobe. Shobe, nice penetration into the paint, missed the layup though. Battle for the loose ball, a whistle. I think a foul on Coffeyville.
Wow.
Austin, the sophomore. So already 3 fouls on Coffeyville. We've only played a minute and a half, so the Vikings may get a chance to shoot some free throws here early in the second quarter. Sawyer to Querin. Good cut by Largent. He goes up, can't score, and it's going to be rebounded out by the Golden Tornado. Tunstall swings it over to Shobe. Josh Shobe goes baseline. Missed the layup, but there's Herring to pick it up. Oh, he missed it. Third try, no good, and rebounded by Keel.
Wow.
So some easy misses, easy shots that were missed rather by Coffeyville. Querin into the paint, and he's fouled. I don't know, see if they're going to give him 2 free throws. It's going to be the 4th team foul. I think they're going to take it out. Underneath the basket, Herring picks up his second.
Coffeyville is 6 for 12 first quarter, 50%, 0 for 5 to start the second quarter.
Wow. Jameek Shobe will replace Herring now. Vikings are going to put Barkus in, and he will replace Largent. 17-16 is your score. Vikings by 1, 5:53 to go in quarter number 2. Keel gets it into Querin. Back out to Barkus. Barkus being hounded out at the top of the key. Over to Keel, who goes baseline and scores off the glass. Nicely done by Joe Keel. He has 5 points, and it is a 3-point lead now for the Vikings at 19-16. Vikings stay in his zone and near steal. For you Viking basketball historians, you might remember that 3-2 zone was played a lot by the last state championship team that the Vikings put on the floor way back in 1987. Coffeyville still trying to figure out this Viking zone. Tunstall with it. Gets it to Shobe at the free throw line. Now to Smith. Back to Tunstall. Over to Hayes, right back to Tunstall. 5 seconds on the shot clock, and the Vikings tip it away. It's a steal. Sawyer into the front court. Now to Smart. To Keel in the corner. Picks up his dribble. He's going to need some help. Gets it from Smart, and then he has it poked away. Who's going to get the loose ball? Coffeyville has it. Smith wants to take it all the way. He's fouled, and the shot goes down. A little bit of continuation. Seems like they allow that a little bit more at the high school level than they used to. Smith got the basket. More importantly, that was a second foul on Dante Sawyer. 19-18, Vikes by 1. Smith, the 5'7" senior, will try to tie it at the free throw line for Coffeyville. Takes a couple of dribbles. Free throw on the way, spins out, no good. Another rebound for Keel. He has rebounded very well here in the first half for the Vikings. Barkas back to Keel, to Smart. Sawyer may have been partially blocked. I couldn't tell. Offensive rebound by Barkas, no good. Knocked out, and who's going to get it? Coffeyville has the loose ball. Take the lead here, Tunstall. Good look underneath it. And a foul. We're going to have 2 free throws coming. Kaylor Austin, the 6'2" sophomore, will head to the line. Jason Smart picks up the foul. His first, team's second here in the second quarter. Well, we expected this game to be pretty competitive, and it has certainly been that here in the first half. First free throw on the way, in and out, no good. Austin will have one more. Sawyer heads to the bench, replaced by Largent. Also Jason Smart heads to the bench. Couple of guys in the lane. That should be waved off, I thought. But they're going to count it.
Wow.
We are tied at 19 points apiece. 4:15 to go in the first half. And a foul out top on Tunstall, and that's going to be free throws for the Vikings. Tunstall picks up his first. Keel going to the line to shoot 2. He's had a good first half with 5 points and a slew of rebounds, particularly at the defensive end. Free throw off the back iron, no good. Keel will have one more. Tied at 19, 4:12 to go in the first half. Keel's second free throw off the back iron again, no good.
That's got to be something.
I look like a double dribble,
wow.
Possibly. I was blocked. Didn't have a good view at it, but no call, and Coffeyville has the ball and a chance to take the lead here. Shobe penetrates the zone. Jump ball. It's going to go over to the Vikings. 3:57 to go in quarter number 2. Still tied at 19. Vikes have Largent, Quirin, Keel, Johnson, and Barkas on the floor. Quirin will get the ball into the front court for the Vikings. Hands off to Barkas. Connor over to Keel. Ball's thrown away. Who's going to run it down? Coffeyville has it. Smith to Tunstall. Good look to Hayes for the layup. Nice ball movement by the Golden Tornado, and they lead by 2 at 21-19. 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Largent back out to Keel. Back to Largent on the right wing. Out top to Barkas. And we have a timeout on the floor called by the Vikings. 21-19, NATO by 2. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Viking basketball on V93.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning, with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
And we're back live at Parsons High School, Harold C. Johnson Gymnasium. Scott Marlowe, Tony Fuentes with you. 21-19 is your score. Coffeyville leads Parsons by 2. Vikings will have the basketball coming out of this timeout. 18 seconds on the shot clock for the Vikes. Quirin to throw it in at the end of the Coffeyville bench. Gets it in the backcourt to Sawyer. Sawyer has to be careful. He's out there with 2 fouls. Gets bumped a couple of times by Tunstall, 3 times, no call, and then the Vikings throw it away. So out of that timeout, they were trying to get Quirin on a backdoor cut, and it was open. The pass just a little too tall. So here comes Coffeyville with a 2-point lead and the basketball. About 3 minutes to go in the first half. Hayes to Smith, over to Tunstall. And a reach-in foul on Quirin. That will be his second personal and the team's third. Shobe to throw it in from the baseline. Looking. Gets it into Hayes. A 14-footer, no good, but the Vikings couldn't corral the loose ball, and Coffeyville has it. 15-footer from the baseline, no good, and on the weak side, Largent grabs the rebound for the Vikes. Parsons' offense has gotten a little stagnant here the last couple of minutes. They need a basket here. They're down 21-19. Barkas drives, but he gets double-teamed. Kicks it out to Johnson for 3, off the mark, no good, and it's going to go out of bounds over to Coffeyville. Demias can hit it from out there.
Yeah, that was a good look.
So 2:24 to go in the first half. Scoring is slowed down by both teams. Coffeyville has outscored Parsons 5-4 here in the second quarter. Coffeyville's had trouble with the Viking 3-2 zone. There they have a good look underneath, but Hayes gets tied up. They will stay with the Golden Tornado. Keel's going to check in for Parsons. He'll replace Quirin. Down to 2:10 to go in our first half. Score remains Coffeyville 21, Parsons 19.
I'd like to see him work it down low to Demias some more.
Yep.
They haven't went to him for a while.
Tunstall got into the teeth of that zone off the inbound and got fouled by Keel, his first. And it's going to be a shooting foul. 2 free throws coming for Tunstall. He has 4 points here in the first half, 2 out of 2 from the free throw line. Trying to extend Coffeyville's 2-point lead. Free throw is good. 22-19, Coffeyville, 2:09 to go in quarter number 2. Tunstall's second free throw, also good. 23-19, Coffeyville by 4. It's been a while since the Vikings have scored. Sawyer. Miscommunication, it's a turnover. Sawyer needs to make sure he doesn't foul. Shot missed, but then a follow. Putting it in off the glass is Hayes, and this is the biggest lead of the night for Coffeyville at 25-19. Minute 48 to go in the first half. Barkas was in trouble and threw it off a Coffeyville defender. The Vikings, and I'm with you, Tony. I'd like to see him work it down to Johnson. It looks like they have the 6'2 sophomore guarding him. Keel with it. Sawyer thought about the 3, and then what happened? He was partially blocked, and I thought maybe Sawyer was the last guy to touch it. But it goes out of bounds, and they're going to let the Vikings keep it. And Parsons is going to take another timeout. 25-19 is your score. Coffeyville by 6. Minute 35 to play in the first half. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Viking basketball on V93.
At Labette Center, we have worked hard to make it easier than ever to start on your journey to wellness. The center provides a full range of mental health and substance use services to individuals of all ages. With expanded services and same-day access, you can begin your journey when you are ready. Visit our website at lcmhs.com to find out more about our services and begin your journey to wellness today. Labette Center for Mental Health. Help for today. Hope for tomorrow.
Back live, Parsons High School. Ball goes out of bounds off the inbound. Who they're going to give it
back to Parsons.
Back to Parsons. Vikings missed a shot. Vikings trailing this one 25-19 with 1:26 to go in quarter number 2. Coach Houck spent the first half of that previous timeout screaming at his ball club, and the second half of the timeout designing a out-of-bounds play. He was very upset with his team. And Tony, I don't know when Parsons scored last, but it's been a while. It's been several minutes. They've only scored 4 points here in the second quarter after scoring 15 in quarter number 1. Demias gets it in to Keel, right back to Demias. Triple team to win off a Coffeyville player's foot out of bounds. 1:22 to go in the first half. 25-19, Coffeyville by 6. Keel to throw it in from the baseline. Keel gets it right back out to Quirin. He wants the 3. He got it. He had been calling for that ball even before the Vikes threw it in. Big shot by Quirin. Gets his first basket. 25-22. 3-point lead for Coffeyville. Smith, good bounce pass underneath to Hayes. He scores over Demias Johnson. He's only 5'7". He has 6 points on the night, all here in the second quarter. Back to a 5-point lead now for Coffeyville. 55 seconds to go in the quarter. Largent in trouble, kicks it out to Barkus. Now to Keel. Keel still with it. Now to Quirin, who just hit a 3 on the last trip. Spin move. Vikes lucky to save the possession there. 10 seconds on the shot clock. 30 seconds in the half. Keel wants to make something happen. He got fouled, I thought. Somehow Largent ended up with the loose ball, and he scores. Not a very pretty possession, but the Vikings got the basket, and they're back to within 3 at 27-24, and now officials had a discussion, but they're going to let the basket count, and Coffeyville will have the chance for the final possession here. 22 seconds to go in the half. Looks like the Vikings will stay in their 3-2 zone. 3-point lead for Coffeyville. Tunstall into the front court. Almost lost his dribble. Hayes. Now to Shobe on the far side. 5 seconds, and wow, Coffeyville throws it away. And the Vikings have 5 seconds to work with here.
That's only their 4th turnover of the half.
So the Vikings, who got a big 3 from Connor Barkus at the end of the first quarter, could use something like that again here. They get it into Keel, 4 seconds. Keel penetrates, and then it's knocked out of bounds, and that's going to be the end of the first half. Coach Houck wanted the Vikings to at least get a shot off, which they did not do, and halftime is here with your score. Coffeyville 27, Parsons 24. We'll step away for a 3-minute commercial break, and we'll be back with the Eye Care Associate Halftime Show. You're listening to Viking Basketball on V93.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down, and that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to labettehealth.com.
At Labette Center, we have worked hard to make it easier than ever to start on your journey to wellness. The center provides a full range of mental health and substance use services to individuals of all ages. With expanded services and same-day access, you can begin your journey when you are ready. Visit our website at lcmhs.com to find out more about our services and begin your journey to wellness today. Labette Center for Mental Health. Help for today. Hope for tomorrow.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
And we are back live at Parsons High School. Scott Marlowe, Tony Fuentes, joined now by Lady Viking head coach Wes Kroll. Coach, I know the speed and athleticism of Coffeyville bothered your team for most of the night, but Tony and I were very impressed with the effort and the fight from your team. And, you know, they had some good stretches. Robertson did some good things. Cadence Ball probably had her best night of the season. What were your thoughts on tonight's game?
Oh, you got it in 3. Move it over to 4. Can you hear us, Coach?
I can hear you now.
There
yeah,
you
I can hear you.
There we go. Yeah,
Right.
Turnovers are the name of the game, you know, and that haunted us again. That's something that we have to continue to work on. I was really proud of that third quarter. Once we switched to man and full court man, those are some things that, you know, I was just trying to give a different look to get some things rolling, and heck, it worked. I mean, it worked pretty good.
Yeah, it looked good.
So you guys will have to forget about this one.
Yep.
And then you look ahead to Tuesday. It's going to be Tuesday afternoon, 4 p.m. against top-seeded Neota Shea. And, you know, the good thing about that tournament over there is that you're guaranteed 3 games.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like a single elimination.
Yeah.
And, Did you ever play in that tournament?
I did not.
I didn't think we were playing in that.
Junction,
Okay, yeah, I didn't think you had ever played in that tournament. But you're going to get to coach in it next week. And Neodesha obviously not in the SEK, but I know they were solid last year. Do you know much about them?
Yeah, there's a solid team. They had a lot of juniors last year, so had a really successful volleyball season, and they got a good left-handed leader that we're going to have to keep an eye on. It's going to be another challenge. What we're focusing on is just keeping it simple. That was the halftime talk tonight. Third quarter was much better. I know we lost it a little bit in the fourth, but we just got to keep it simple,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, what do you think your team's mentality is right now? I know you're sitting at 0-8. Are they keeping their?
I think overall. I mean, of course, after a loss, it's never great.
Right.
But we went and just had team meal down there and talk, conversations, smiles. I think the girls are strong. They'll be able to battle through. One thing that I like about this group is, we go to practice the next day. If something bad happens, go to practice the next day. It's a new day.
Yeah.
That's what I said at the end of the game. I haven't asked them for to make it to state or state championships.
Right.
Our goal right now is to get better every single day.
Yeah.
A little bit better every single day.
Yeah.
If we can do that, we can get somewhere.
Absolutely, and I think we're seeing those steps every time they're out on the floor. So, Lancer Classic's always fun. You get to see some different competition.
Yeah.
And like I say, it's gonna be weird playing at 4 o'clock on a Tuesday.
Yeah, it is.
But but you'll get home that much earlier.
Yeah.
So,
Coach, to give them a little incentive, tell them if they get a win at the Lancer Classic, I'll have them over to my house for dinner, for Mexican dinner.
That sounds great. We're going to take
some
you
of them
up
are going to remember that from a couple years ago when we went to state. There was a couple of the freshmen on that team that remember that dinner, and
that sounds like a deal.
That might get a little fire lit under them.
Tell them
if they get at least one win over there, I'll cook them dinner.
We're going to Fuentes' house. There we go. I appreciate it.
All right, Coach, we appreciate your time, and we'll talk to you after the game Tuesday afternoon.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks,
Have
Coach.
a good one.
So that was Coach Wes Kroll. The Lady Vikings came up short in our opener as far as our boys contest. Here at halftime, it is Coffeyville leading the Vikes 27-24. Quickly, I'll run down the scoring totals from the first half. First for Coffeyville, they were led by Carter Herring, 7 points. 6 points apiece for Aaron Tunstall and Kashawn Hayes. Horner with 3, Thornton with 2, Smith with 2, and Kaylin Austin with 1 point. For the Vikings, they were led by Joe Keel and Connor Barkas with 5 points apiece. Demias Johnson and Connor Largent with 4 points apiece. And Dante Sawyer, Jagger Quirin, 3 points apiece. So, Tony, very balanced scoring, but just not a lot of it, particularly there in the second quarter. Vikings, this is a winnable game for sure for the Vikings, and I'm sure Coffeyville feels like it's a winnable game for them. But, Demias, I don't think his ankle is really – he went down with that injury. I don't really think it's bothering him, but he hasn't scored since the injury. But we've talked about it several times. He comes to life in the second half.
Yeah, definitely.
And the Vikes will need him.
I look for him to have a big second half. And the stats are kind of weird. So Coffeyville, the defensive rebounds were identical, 8 and 8. Offensive rebounds, Coffeyville had 2 more offensive rebounds. They had 3 less turnovers. They shot the ball 5 more times. They were 10 for 24 for 41%. The Vikings were 9 for 19 for 47%. And they had 3 more points from the free throw line, 6 for 8, and we were 3 for 8. So it was kind of weird. Mm-hmm. You would think that with 3 more turnovers, less offensive rebounds, less free throws, and less field goals made, we'd be down by more than 3.
Yeah, I'm looking at my scorebook.
So I'm kind of shocked by that.
It looks like we had 2 more 3-pointers than they did.
That definitely can make a little difference.
We outscored them 9-3 from behind the 3-point line, and which kind of surprises me. There's been some Coffeyville teams that have come here on fire
and lit it up
from the 3-point line.
They haven't. I think they've only shot 2.
Yeah, they
I think
Herring had
Herring
one
made
early,
and then I think Horner missed one, and then Horner got those 2 fouls.
Yep.
He never played another second after that.
No, yeah, he didn't after having those 7 first quarter points. And, hopefully it's going to be like down at Independence. We got big second halves from Demias Johnson and Dante Sawyer down at Indy. Sawyer 3 points, all from the free throw line. He didn't make a basket. And
wow.
We know what he's capable of. And he
really
got
had a slow start Tuesday. He only
had,
what, 3 points? 3 points in the first half against Indy, and then he went off for 15?
15 in the second half.
So let's see if Demias and Dante can do the same thing they did Tuesday.
So we're underway here in the second half. Vikes have the first possession. Demias Johnson double teamed out to Sawyer for 3. Off the mark, no good.
Wow.
Rebounded by Horner. And here comes Coffeyville. Horner with it, almost took steps. Gets it down to Shobe. Hayes, long 3 from the top of the key, off the mark, no good, but ball is lost and taken by the Vikings as Herring hit the deck pretty hard. Johnson kicks it out to Barkas. Quirin wants the 3-pointer. He got it. Quirin knocks down the 3, and I'm not sure why the whistle was blown, but the shot's going to count. 27-27. I think maybe was there some sort of bench warning?
I don't know.
I don't know what that was all about. So Vikings get the 3-pointer from Quirin. We're tied at 27. 7:10 to go in the third quarter. Vikes are in a zone. This is more looking like a 2-1-2. Shobe on the left wing. I thought the Vikes might come back out in their man-to-man, but the zone was effective in that second quarter. Horner with it. Over to Hayes. Tunstall at the free throw line, partially blocked, taken by Johnson. Here come the Vikings with a chance to take the lead. Quirin to Johnson. Sawyer for 3, that one goes down. So the Vikes with a couple of 3-pointers here early in the second half, and they lead it 30-27. Tunstall. Picked up by Barkas, now to Hayes. Back to Tunstall. Shobe goes baseline, double teamed, and knocked out of bounds by the Vikings. Coffeyville doesn't have a shortage of guards, do they?
No.
They have plenty of quick ball handlers.
They can bring in just about anything.
Jameek Shobe finds a cutter to the basket, and the layup goes down. Nicely done on the inbound play by Coffeyville. Horner now with 5 points, 1-point lead for the Vikes, 30-29. Barkas double teamed. And he stepped on the baseline.
That should have been if that wouldn't have been that, Herring was all over Johnson.
Yeah.
Wow.
So here comes Coffeyville with a chance to regain the lead. It's Parsons leading at 30-29. Quick 3-pointer off the mark, no good, and the Vikings get the rebound. Quirin up ahead to Sawyer, gets around his man. Then partially blocked and taken by Shobe. Nice defense by Coffeyville. Hayes has it poked away, goes out of bounds off Parsons. 5:37 to go in the third quarter. Neither team has been able to get much separation. 30-29, Vikes by 1. They stay in their zone. Shobe to Tunstall for 3. And that one is good. Tunstall now with 9 points, and it's a 2-point lead for Coffeyville. Although they didn't give him their points, and now a foul in the paint. Oh, they're going to call traveling on Barkas. He got fouled. That's why he went. Coach Houck cannot believe it. 3 of Coach Houck, just like me, is flabbergasted by that call. Vikes knock it out of bounds. It'll stay with Coffeyville. 5:08 to go in the third quarter. Coffeyville leading this back and forth affair, 32-30. Out top to Tunstall. Back to Shobe. He wants a 3 from the corner. He got it. So both teams heating up a little bit from the 3-point line. 5-point lead for Coffeyville. Off balance 3 goes down for Sawyer. We've seen it his whole career. If he hits one, you can bet he's going to hit a few more. Vikes back to within 2, 35-33, 4:40 to go in the third quarter. Near steal. Coffeyville's quickness saves the possession. And Tunstall got fouled on his way to the basket. And they got the foul on Keel, his second. That was the first foul for either team here in the second half. Tunstall's free throw, good. He is now 5 out of 5 from the free throw line. He's in double figures with 10 points. He leads the way for Coffeyville. They're up now by 3, 36-33. Senior's second free throw is also good. 4-point lead for the Golden Tornado. 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Quirin around his man. Good look to Johnson, and he scores off the glass. Demias hadn't scored for a long time. He now has 6 points, gets Vikings to within 2, 37-35. 4:15 to go in the third quarter. Vikings stay in their zone. Sawyer, Keel, and Barkus out top on this 3-2 zone. Quirin and Johnson down low. Herring, little floater goes down from about 7 feet out. His first point since the first quarter. Back to a 4-point lead. Coffeyville has gone with a little bit of a zone press here. Vikes into the front court. Sawyer with it to Keel. In the corner to Quirin in front of the Viking bench. Dangerous pass, but got it over to Barkus, who missed the layup. And it's taken by Coffeyville. NATO with the ball and a 4-point lead. 3:33 to go in the third quarter. Lob pass over to Herring on the right wing. Near steal, now a foul on Barkus going for the loose ball. That will be his second. Quirin, Sawyer, Barkus, and Keel all with 2 fouls. Barkus will head to the bench, replaced by Smart. Horner, Thornton, and Herring with 2 fouls for Coffeyville. NATO with a 4-point lead and the basketball. Tunstall to Shobe on the left wing. Herring, nice spin move, but it's poked away. It's a steal. Nice hands by Sawyer. Up ahead to Keel. Back to Sawyer. Mias at the top of the key. Couple of dribbles. Finds a cutter to the basket. Now back out to Demias for 3. Off the mark, no good, and Coffeyville has it. And they have a man up ahead of the pack for an easy layup. Shobe now with 5 points. This matches Coffeyville's biggest lead of the night at 41-35. 2:45 to go in the third quarter. Good look down to Demias, and he can't score over the bigger man. Battle for the loose ball, and Coffeyville has it. And they have a man out ahead of the pack again, but his teammate didn't see him. Horner with it. Out to Shobe, he's feeling it. He launches a 3, can't get the roll. And the Vikings clear it out. Parsons needs a basket on this trip. They're down by 6 with about 2:18 to go in the third quarter. Demias hands off to Quirin. Sawyer wants another 3, good! Long distance shooting, keeping the Vikings in it here in the third quarter. 4 3-pointers, 3 of them by Dante Sawyer, 1 by Jagger Quirin. 41-38. Coffeyville by 3. Herring from 13, got it.
Wow, it's a good shot.
He's in double figures with 11. Here come the Vikings down by 5. Quirin looking to make a move. Cut off in the paint, but he got it shot away over Herring and scores. Nicely done by the 6-foot junior. Scoring pace is picked up for both teams here in the third quarter. 43-40. Coffeyville on top. Minute 23 to go in the third quarter. Hayes off to Tunstall. Now over to Horner, guarded by Smart. Goes over Smart, off the glass, couldn't get it. Rebounded by Sawyer. Up ahead to Smart. Can he run it down? He does. Gives it back to Sawyer. He's fouled, no call. Now the late whistle comes in, and Sawyer will have 2 free throws. Minute 5 to go in quarter number 3. Coffeyville is led by as many as 6, and I think Parsons 4. I think this is the biggest lead the Vikings have had, maybe 5.
I think you're right, it's 4.
Oh, in and out on the free throw for Dante Sawyer. He's 3 out of 5 from the line. Has 12 points on the night. And try to bring the Vikes to within 2. Marius Smith out on the floor for Coffeyville. Boy, that's a lane violation. Shot went down anyway, so it'll count. 43-41. Barkus replaces Keel in the Viking lineup. Again, Coffeyville leading this one 43-41, minute 5 to go in the third quarter. Josh Schob gets the ball into the front court for Coffeyville. Querin harassing him. Now over to Smith. Gets a good screen out top. Picks up his dribble. Almost a double dribble. But it was knocked away by Barkus. Now, oh, that looked like a clean steal underneath the basket. The Parsons bench can't believe it. And did they get Sawyer with his third?
Yep.
Tough call for Dante Sawyer. 38 seconds to go. That'll reset the shot clock, so Coffeyville could just about hold for one if they want to. They have the ball in a 2-point lead. It's poked away. The Vikes have it. And the Vikings can essentially hold for the last shot. Instead, it's an aggressive move, and a shot goes down in the paint by Dante Sawyer. He's had a huge third quarter. We are tied again. 43 points apiece, 18 seconds to go in the quarter. Schob to Smith. Back to Schob. Austin, nice reverse layup goes down. The sophomore with his first basket. Vikes with 3 seconds to work with. Smart for 3. It's no good, and we have reached the end of the third quarter with your score. Coffeyville 45, Parsons 43. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Viking basketball on B93.
Hi, I'm Shelby, one of the pharmacists at Bowen Pharmacy. Not only do we keep you up to date on your COVID and flu vaccines, but we also offer pneumonia, shingles, hepatitis, meningitis, tetanus, and whooping cough vaccines. Based on the latest CDC guidelines, we can recommend the vaccines to keep you and your family healthy. Thank you for always choosing Bowen Pharmacy. We're here today and we'll be here tomorrow.
Back at Parsons High School, fourth quarter just underway. Coffeyville with the ball in a 2-point lead. Smith into the paint. Tough shot. That can't get the roll, but it's knocked out to Hayes. Down low to Austin. His reverse goes down again. He hasn't scored much tonight, but he's got a couple of baskets late in the third quarter, one here to start the fourth quarter. So it's a 4-point lead for Coffeyville, 47-43. Both of these teams have played a lot of close games this year. Oh, nice drive. But they're going to get an offensive foul on Keel. I was blocked by too many bodies. Coach Houck can't believe it. Keel with his third foul. Like I say, I couldn't see it. But Coach House certainly disagrees.
Two Coffeyville guys there. One of them had to have fouled him.
So tough break for the Vikings and Joe Keel on that play. So Coffeyville with a 4-point lead and the basketball. 7:05 to go in our ball game. Austin starting to feel it. He scores from the baseline. He has 7 points all of a sudden, and Coffeyville has matched their biggest lead of the night at 49-43. The Vikings need a basket. Largent gets fouled by Austin, his second. I was wondering where Dante Sawyer was. Didn't see him on the bench, and he didn't start the fourth quarter, but now he checks in along with Jagger Quirin. See if Demias Johnson can really get going here in the final 6:44. He has 6 points on the night, and the Vikings are going to need him down the stretch. Vikes down by 6, 49-43, 6:40 to go in the game. Keel, they get it down to Demias, and he is held and fouled by Thornton. That will be his third. And just Coffeyville's first here in the fourth quarter. But I would just keep feeding the big guy.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I don't think Coffeyville has anybody that can match his strength. They go down to Demias again. He gets triple teamed and can't score. He thought he was fouled. Coffeyville with the chance for their biggest lead of the night. Smith double teamed. Then we have a timeout on the floor called by Coffeyville. 6:24 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Viking basketball on B93.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
Back live at Parsons High School, Harold C. Johnson Gymnasium. Vikings have some work to do. They are down 49-43. Coffeyville has the basketball. 6:22 to go in our game. Vikings are in a zone defense, and Coffeyville had some trouble with it. Back in the first half, specifically the second quarter, they really struggled against it. Vikings need a defensive stop here, and they got it. They got a steal. Demias with it. Off to Sawyer. He had a big third quarter for the Vikes. Parsons needs a basket on this trip. Quirin's played well tonight. He goes baseline. Oh, tough shot. Short, but a great rebound by Demias. And then he is fouled as he goes up. He'll have 2 free throws. They got Austin, the sophomore, with his third.
He's been impressive, that sophomore for Coffeyville.
Yeah, he didn't do a whole lot in the first half, but he's kind of come to life here in the second half. Johnson's free throw bounces off and no good. He is 0 for 3 from the line. Vikings haven't shot free throws very well tonight other than Dante Sawyer.
Yeah, I got him 4 for 11.
Well. Yeah, everybody's missed except for Dante. In and out on that one. So the Vikings haven't done themselves any favors at the free throw line. Still a 6-point lead for Coffeyville. And they almost lost it right there, but they were able to run it down. 5.5 minutes to go in the game. Coffeyville leading at 49-43. Hayes falls over. It's got to be a travel. And he thought he got fouled, but he's the one who bumped into Demias, and Demias is just so much bigger that Hayes fell to the floor. Sawyer into the front court, guarded by Hayes. Double teamed. Out top to Quirin. 5:13 to go in the game. Vikes down by 6. Keel with it. Hands off to Sawyer. Goes downhill. Can't score off the glass. Battle for the loose ball. Sawyer gets it back. Got fouled. No call. Keel gets it back. Can't score. Now Demias has it, I think, and it's stripped away, and the ball's still loose. There's a scrum on the floor. And I don't know if they call it, did they call a jump ball?
Yeah, 4 missed shots there.
Yeah, I can't believe one of those didn't go down. The Vikings all of a sudden have a lid on the basket. They're 0 for 2 from the free throw line and 0 for everything from the field. They get it down to Demias. Out to Barkas for an open 3. Got the roll. Boy, big moment in the ball game right there. Connor Barkas got a friendly roll, and the Vikes within 3 at 49-46. 4:33 to go in the game. Vikes stay in their zone. Shobe with it to Thornton. Three-pointer by the sophomore. It's off the mark, no good, but an offensive rebound by Coffeyville. A little bit harder to rebound when you're playing in a zone. Kicked ball, no, traveling violation. I was blocked by the official who made the call. And we're going to have a short stoppage in play so Connor Barkas can get one of his shoes laced up. 4:15 to go in our ball game. Neither team has led by more than 6 tonight, and that's kind of what we anticipated.
Yeah, it's been a great game, just back and forth, back and forth.
Largent checks in for the Vikings and replacing Barkas. So 2 big guys in there for the Vikes now, Largent and Johnson. Vikes can tie on this trip with a 3. Sawyer guarded by Tunstall. He's all over him. Now Demias with it. Demias to Quirin. Oh, tough shot. He was off balance and it's taken by Coffeyville. Horner to Tunstall. 3-point lead for the NATO, and they have the basketball. Tunstall. Good look underneath to Hayes. He goes up over everybody and scores. He has 8 points on the night. Back to a 5-point lead for Coffeyville, 51-46. 3:35 to go. Quirin. And we have a timeout called by Coach Hauk. 30-second timeout called by Coach Hauk. We'll just keep it here at the gym. 3:33 to go in the fourth quarter. 51-46, Coffeyville leading by 5. Tony, Vikings have looked a little out of sorts at times here in the second half. They're really going to have to kind of pull things together for the last 3.5 minutes if they want to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. They're just, like you said, just kind of out of sorts. I mean, they're only 1 for 8 from the field here in the fourth quarter. And, I mean, whenever they had 4 shots underneath the basket, every one of them were like point-blank range. And, you know, you got to get one of those to go. You have to. Luckily, I mean, they got 3 offensive rebounds, but, yeah, it's a tough break.
So, again, it's a 5-point lead for Coffeyville. Vikes will have the ball out of this timeout. 28 seconds on the shot clock. Keel to throw it in from the baseline. They get it out top to Johnson. Now to Largent. To Keel for 3. Nope, it's short. Largent with the offensive board. Got his man in the air and scores.
Should have been a foul.
Largent has played well. Hasn't had a ton of minutes, but he's played well when he's been out there. Gets the Vikes to within 3 at 51-48. Vikings have gone back to a man-to-man. Still plenty of time, over 3 minutes to go in the game. 3-point lead for Coffeyville. Tunstall to Thornton, back to Tunstall. Austin with it. Out top to Horner. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Tunstall wants to make a move. Finds it to Horner with 5 seconds. He's got to do something. Guarded shot. He's going to not get the roll. Offensive rebound, though, by Tunstall, and Coffeyville can reset. Stewart with a nice drive. He hadn't done anything all game. He now has 4 points, and it gives Coffeyville a 5-point lead at 53-48. Down to 2.5 minutes to go. Vikes going to need a score and a hold. Sawyer gets around a couple of guys. Great pass to Johnson, and he scores. He now has 8 points. 53-50, 3-point lead for Coffeyville. 2:12 to go in the game. Vikes have to get a defensive hold. Vikings will probably be in man-to-man the rest of the way. Austin around the top of the key. Took steps. At first I thought they were going to miss it. The whistle came in a little bit late. We haven't seen much from Carter Herring here in the second half, Tony, but he's finally back in there now, replacing Austin. Vikes down by 3, exactly 2 minutes to go in our ball game. Joe Keel with it, into the front court, guarded by Horner. Johnson, guarded by Herring. Needs some help. They were all over Sawyer. Barkas, he's cut off at the elbow. Now to Largent. Vikes need to get a basket here. Down by 3 with 1.5 minutes to go. 7 seconds on the shot clock. And Keel threw it away, but I think it went off Coffeyville. The Vikings have 3 seconds on the shot clock. Keel to throw it in from the far sideline. Vikes will have to go very quickly. He's having trouble getting it in. Tries to lob it in and does to Johnson. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Don't think that's exactly what Coffeyville wanted, but good news for Coffeyville. Demias 0 for 4 from the free throw line.
He's due.
Thornton picks up his 4th personal and the 4th team foul on Coffeyville, so any foul they commit the rest of the way will be 2 free throws for the Vikings. 8 points for Demias. He has 4 2-point field goals, but 0 for 4 from the free throw line. First one on the way. Banks it in. We'll take it. We'll take it. 53-51. Vikes came from 10 down at Independence just a couple of nights ago. They were down 6 here in the 4th quarter. Second free throw, no good, and Coffeyville has the rebound. No need to foul. The Vikes can just play solid defense, but Horner wants a quick 3, no good. Johnson fouled. They don't call it. Goes out of bounds over to the Vikings.
We'll take that.
I don't think that's the shot that Coffeyville wanted. He was wide open, but I don't know. That was an awfully quick shot.
If he makes it, he's a hero. If he misses it, not good.
So here we go. Keel into the front court. 1:10 to go. Vikes trailing this one 53-51. Sawyer with it. They're all over Sawyer, as you would expect. Keel. Vikes looking to tie or take the lead on this trip. 15 seconds on the shot clock. 55 seconds on the game clock. Vikes down by 2. Sawyer wants to make a move and threw it away. Quickly up ahead to Hayes. Throws it up. Couldn't get it to go, but he's fouled, and we'll have 2 free throws coming. 8 points on the night for the 5'7" senior. He has not gone to the free throw line. I know Tunstall's the one guy the Vikings definitely don't want up there. But if he makes a couple here, it'll be a 2-possession game. First one on the way. Short. The Vikings need to box out. Quirin replacing Largent. (53-51) is your score. Coffeyville by 2. 42 seconds to play in our game. Hayes with 1 more free throw. Up, short, and then over the back, not called, and the putback goes down. Thornton.
They called a technical on Joe Keel.
And a technical on possibly the bench. I think one of the assistants got a technical. So it's terrible. Double technical, or 2 technicals, I should say, on. See, Keel was upset because he was fouled.
Yeah, it was.
Thornton went over his back, got the putback.
Yeah, it made a game that should have been a close game.
Now it's
going to be in a 7 or 8 point game.
They'll just put Tunstall up there for 4 free throws, and then they'll also have possession. Referee really hearing it from the Viking crowd. It's one thing, you miss the call, and Joe probably said something he shouldn't have. Well, they're not putting Tunstall up there. Apparently, this guy's probably even better free throw shooter. Jake Horner. knocks down the first one, 56-51. So yeah, tough break for the Vikings. It looked like this was going to go down to the final possession. Second one, no good.
Yeah, now it's not going to go down the final
possession. It's going to be virtually impossible for the Vikes to come back from this. It's not impossible, but close. And now that matches Coffeyville's biggest lead at 57-51. And one more free throw for Jake Horner. It's up, and it's good. So 58-51, 3-possession game. Coffeyville
and they get the ball.
And yeah, and they'll have the ball too. And the ref that called the 2 technicals is really getting it from the Parsons crowd.
It's terrible. I haven't seen something this bad since that. It's been a few years ago. Anthony and Ethan Hauk both got kicked out of the game.
Yeah. So are the Vikings need to go foul? I mean, the Vikings have only committed 2 fouls. Are they even going to? Only 30 seconds left. Are the Vikings? Yeah, they commit a foul, but it's just not going to be enough time. Yeah, you can hear possibly one of the guys in the crowd telling the ref that he ruined a good game, and I'd basically agree with that. I think there's a chance that he even called a technical on one of the Viking assistants for simply staring at him. And he's a good official too. He's a good official, but
he's definitely showing his. Yeah.
But yeah, it all started with the no call on the over the back off the missed free throw. So 58-51, Vikes down by 7, 24 seconds to go. A couple more free throws coming now off a foul. Herring's free throw is around and off, no good. And a timeout. Full timeout. So we'll take a 30-second break of our own. Vikings looks like they're going to lose this when they're down 58-51. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Viking basketball on B93.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
So we're back live at Parsons High School. Just 24 seconds to play. Looks like Coffeyville's going to come into Parsons, get the sweep. It was going to be a difficult ending to this one for the Vikings. Second free throw by Herring is good. 59-51, 8-point lead for Coffeyville. 20 seconds to go. And a foul, and then throwing up, trying to get a shooting foul was Sawyer. Instead, 2 free throws coming for Sawyer. 59-51, Coffeyville by 8, 19 seconds to go in our ball game. I know Coffeyville didn't want to foul there, but wow, another missed free throw by Sawyer. That's, disappointing ending with the 2 technicals and the missed over the back call and everything, but let's face it, the Vikings could have this thing tied if they just made their free throws tonight too. Sawyer got his second one to go. So it's a 7-point game. And then a foul in the backcourt, and Tunstall, who hasn't missed tonight, will go to the line to shoot 2. Sawyer, I believe, picks up his 4th. Tunstall has 11 points on the night. He is 6 out of 6 from the free throw line. And finally gets a miss on that one. He'll have one more. 59-52, seconds to go. By my count, 10 missed free throws tonight by the Vikings. Second one rattles home. 8-point lead. Sawyer, difficult three is going to be an air ball, and that'll essentially do it. 10 seconds to go. Vikings will pick up full court, but no need to foul at this point. This game is going to go to the NATO, and then a pointless foul by DeMias. That'll put Thornton at the line. That'll just make the final score look a little bit worse. The official continuing to hear it from a couple of fans here, and meanwhile, Tony and I will keep our comments to ourselves, right, Tony?
Yeah.
Free throw off the mark.
It's just a shame. I'd like to see what
it would have been.
Outcome would have been.
It would have been one of those games that just went down to the final possession. Second free throw, well off the mark, and here come the Vikings with 5 seconds to go. Smart, long three, no good, goes out of bounds. And this ball game is over. Coffeyville wins this one by a final score of 60-52. We'll be back with the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show in 2 minutes. You're listening to Viking basketball on B93.